And I'm Kiba Arnold, live in Hollywood. It is the morning after the 85th Annual Academy Awards. We are still here. We're going to break it all down for you. We're talking winners, losers, and of course fashion. Keep it right here for News 10 at 9.
And plus, what's worse in front of 1 billion viewers, a wardrobe malfunction or a trip and fall while on your way to accepting your first Oscar? Jennifer Lawrence explains what went wrong.
This is News 10 at 9.
What went wrong? I mean, it was a great night, except for that one little miscue.
And it wasn't even that bad.
It wasn't. No, she recovered just fine.
And she didn't get hurt. You know, if she'd have come up and the hair would have been messed up and everything, but it was okay.
She's like so down to earth, too. I love her.
Likable.
She really is. Yeah,
she's Good morning, everybody. It is Monday. It's February 25th. We got Jeff Maher here.
Yep.
I'm Dan Elliott. We got Ashton Alteri here.
Good morning.
We are going to be checking in with Kiba Arnold, too, because, of course, the Oscars, they took place last night. Did you guys happen to watch
Is that what was going on?
You know, I actually watched the entire broadcast.
You stayed up late.
I stayed up late, didn't get a lot of sleep, but I know that Kiba did not get much either. And I'm surprised that she's wearing the coat out there in L.A. I didn't expect that at 9 a.m. I know this morning,
We're going to check the temperature there in Hollywood here in just a moment.
Been talking about Life of Pi. I considered it an unsung hero, the underdog, right? The one that just didn't have enough star power. But if you watch the movie Life of Pi, it was really fantastic. It was a wonderful story. It was fascinating, interesting, emotional. I really loved it. So I'm glad to see that they walked home with 4 awards last night, including Ang Lee for Best Director. Now we got to talk about what some consider maybe, I don't know, the elephant in the room, Seth MacFarlane and his performance. You know, mixed reviews from the room I was in. Some enjoyed it, some not so much. It really just depended on who you were. I heard the mothers didn't really like it. He opened it up with some jokes that were not so funny, so to speak. I guess it depends on who you were. He made a joke about Chris Brown and Rihanna, also comparing that to Django. He brought up Mel Gibson's voicemail, even made a joke, Dan, about Lincoln's assassination. So it was a bit crude depending on who you were. Some loved it, Dan. Some thought he was great. Others not so much. And did you hear the opening song? It was called We Saw Your Boobs. Talking about, I guess, women that wore dresses that left little to the imagination, I suppose.
Well, it didn't left nothing to the imagination, and he recited the movies in which the exposures took place. And in the room that we were watching, the women who were watching were puzzled, to say the least. The men were all smiling from ear to ear. We were laughing at it. It was classic Seth MacFarlane. It's what you expected to get from him.
Right. Exactly. You hire him, that's what you get. And I guess the ratings will speak volumes, right?
Yeah, that's the bottom line. And if the ratings were good and he's invited back, then you'll know that the Academy is happy. All right, Kiba, we're not done with you. We'll check back in a little bit. Thanks so much. Today, one of the things that people are talking about, in addition to Seth MacFarlane's performance, is what happened to Jennifer Lawrence as she went up to accept the Oscar as Best Actress for her role in Silver Linings Playbook. She had a little bit of a stumble. And Jeff Maher, you know, that's getting a lot of buzz, but the truth is, as Ashton said at the top of the show, it really wasn't that bad a fall.
It wasn't, but it still had us gasping at home because you just felt bad for her.
Absolutely.
You can go from such a high to low in a matter of seconds on live TV. And as she's accepting her first Oscar win, this is the actual event taking place, and then her describing what happened afterwards.
She was previously nominated in this category for Winter's Bow.
The fall on the way up to the stage.
Was that on purpose? Absolutely.
Was it a fall? What happened?
What do you mean what happened? Look at my dress. I tried to walk upstairs in this dress. That's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, the answer is pretty easy, Dan. I mean, when you're wearing a gown like that and you're going up steps, you have to pick the front of the dress up. And she didn't do that. I can tell you from experience.
Oh, you know
from wearing dresses that you have to do that, especially those big gowns.
And don't you imagine she had some rather lengthy high heels on at the time as well?
I'm sure she did underneath. Yeah, it's very difficult for women to do that and to perform, especially in events like that. Let's check out Twitter to see what people are saying about that. And they're not being too hard on her. In fact, Victoria's Secret tweeted, "Only Jennifer Lawrence can fall up the stairs and still look adorable." And then this person says, "I want to remember Jennifer Lawrence tripping the next time I feel nervous. The world did not end. Embarrassment does not kill." And that's certainly the truth. Now, A lot of these stars, when they take to the red carpet, they have to deal with some very strange questions, and that was the case for Quentin Tarantino. And I can tell you that a lot of these actors and directors do not like the red carpet experience, especially dealing with the foreign press and a lot of the strange questions that they ask them, including this one.
Peace out situation over there, but do you really consider there is any bone in a human body? It's just flesh and blood.
Say that one more time.
I'm saying, do you really think that in the anatomy of a human body also has bones? Or we keep on saying there are jokes about that. According to Quentin Tarantino, there is only blood and flesh in a human body, and we see that, and it's a hit.
I don't quite understand the question, but I guess I do think that there are bones in the human body.
We're going to 35 and then 220.
I've been trying to figure it out for an hour now. What was he getting at? What was that question aimed? I don't understand the reference.
No. Well, did they talk about the number of bones in a human body that can be broken? As in Tarantino movie, has he talked about that? Maybe, I don't know.
I don't. It didn't seem like it.
Well, he was puzzled too.
Are there bones in the human body?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We've got to talk fashion when we talk Oscars, and some gowns are probably going in the trash, but others were fantastic. And let's start with our local girl, Jessica Chastain, and Yahoo Movies gave her an A for this. They're saying that she really captured the old glam of Hollywood. If this was a black and white picture, I think she'd fit right in there with Katharine Hepburn, with Rita Hayworth, and some of the older stars of the 40s and 50s and beyond. Sandra Bullock got an A as well for this lacy black Ellie Saab dress, showing a hint of skin, but really I think, she could wear a trash bag and still look good. Now the not so good. Kristen Stewart got a D+. She was hobbling on crutches because she stepped on some glass. She was dealing with an injury. But her hair was disheveled, and they're saying that she needed a brush. They're so picky. And lastly, we've got Anne Hathaway, and they gave her a D as well, and I'm sorry, but I don't agree. I think Anne looked great. But the person that I really want to know in terms of her dress is Kiba. I still haven't seen a picture of it just yet.
Oh, she looked good.
Real good.
She looked
real
good. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot better than she looks right there. No, just kidding, Kiba. No. Just kidding. Yeah.
Well, is it my turn? Can
yes,
I go?
It is.
My best dress was Zoe Saldana. She wasn't nominated. I don't even believe she was one of the presenters, but I loved the gown. If we have a picture of it, it was white. It was had a lot of detailed. It was belted. It was so feminine, pretty yet sexy. I really loved it. And back to Jessica Chastain. Yeah, an A maybe. I thought she played it safe though, Jeff. I thought it was very safe.
When Jeff is giving fashion critiques, we're going down a road we don't need to travel. Let's wrap it up with the best-looking dress of all, and that was what you were wearing last night, Kiba. You did look very, very good. And Robin Roberts took a page out of your notebook. Stunning, my dear. Excellent job down there. Have a safe trip home, and thanks so much for all your reports this morning, last night, and even on Saturday. We'll be back with Midday at 11.
News 10 is everywhere you want to be.